What's going on, everybody? Back at it again with another video. After getting a little bit of a buzz from my last two videos that, were about Madden 18, and those were the highest viewed videos. And I think that video went to 75 views in 2 days. Now, mind you, back then no one was posting that Madden 18 stuff, but I'm going to keep going to the route of what I have right now, which is basically the Madden commentary and things that happen in Madden 18. So this video will maybe titled upcoming Madden info, but I don't know what I'm gonna title it. I actually have no video in the background of this. I'm just like doing a podcast. I was gonna make it a podcast, but then I figured you guys don't really want to look at a blank screen in the background, so I'm gonna do some videos and patch it over so you guys have something to look at while you talk, just in case some people are actually watching the video and don't want to see a blank screen or like weird stuff in the background. But anyway, first off, we can now do defensive matchups. Positional advantage. Basically meaning that if you have a better player at a better position, you should have the advantage. Next thing up, that means that we can now, I'm not sure if it's going to go as deep as we want it to go, to where you can match up all your linebackers, all your safeties, all your corners. But remember last time this was out, Madden 25, Madden 14, if you matched up a safety on somebody, he never went to that zone. He never went to his own. He'd always be manned up. So if you came out in a defense, he would always be manned up no matter what. No matter what defense you picked, that guy was manned up automatically. He was always manned up, even if you were in an all-zone defense. So that may be some type of trick that people could use to confuse you. But when you did do it, it gave it away at the start of the play. He would be bagged up, but then he would start to slowly creep unless you baseline. And back then was when we had the baseline 2 times. Where if you baseline 2 times, you basically have more depth on your coverage and the guys wouldn't move. I don't know if that's coming back. Yeah, I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know exactly what Rex Dixon is doing. But from my theory is that a lot of the bugs that gave us the advantage when defensive assignments were out will actually be gone. Now, another big thing that's going to help you guys out, risk reward factors. We have not heard if they will be in MUT. We have not heard what they will be in. We have not heard any information about the risk reward system. Now, the risk reward system basically is this. You get to pick what you want your players to do. Whereas in the past, we didn't get to decide if, every play Jalen Ramsey went for a strip. Now you can actually design it to where I'm not sure if it's certain groups, I'm not sure if it's individual players, I'm not sure if it's everybody on your team. I don't know how it's going to work, but you can actually go back to, I think it was college or NCAA 15, 13. You can look it up online and they have pictures of it, you guys. Where now I can actually come out,
let's go, Roger Cromartie,
designate a player to go for strips all game long. I can designate a player to go for strips all game, but here's the kicker to it. Whereas if you go for more strips, you're probably going to give up more yardage. Like he's going to go for more, like if you try to strip, he breaks the tackle. So let's say you have that guy in the open field with him by himself. There's a slim chance that guy is going to break that tackle because he's going for a strip instead of a secure tackle. Now, I do believe that you can have a guy go out all game long and go for the pure or secure tackle. I don't know how the mechanics are going to be set up. I don't know how they're going to do it, but what I did remember from the college game was you can have a guy go for strip. You can have a guy, make a secure tackle. You can have a guy always go for the big hit. You can make it so a certain group of players went for a big hit. Now, if that's what they're going to do, that's great. If it goes individual player, which would be amazing. But at the time when this was going on, I think it wasn't head-to-head. It wasn't head-to-head NCAA. And these guys were basically out there, okay, if you wanted him to hold a block for a little bit longer, you took a risk of getting a holding penalty. If you wanted the guy to basically, just make sure he doesn't get in my way, that's what that guy did. He made sure he didn't get in your way, but he also didn't hold his blocks very long. So sometimes he would get beat off the ball and then he wouldn't get it. Or you can have a guy always going to get to the quarterback. His main goal is get to the quarterback, but he will run past the running back if he runs the ball at him. So it was really good at risk reward, but here was the best risk reward was interceptions. That guy would basically play, if you wanted him to play aggressive, he would basically come out and take away every route. He played the routes perfectly, but if he played aggressive, he also got burnt. So he could cover the fly, but if the fly was like a double move or if the fly was like a slant, when he would run a slant, the cornerback would jump down immediately, cover the slant. Now, if it was a slant, a sluggo and go, as you know, a sluggo is a slant route, then you break it up. Now, if that player did if he was playing aggressive with his cornerback in that position, what would happen? He would burn the cornerback on a double move. So technically, if you didn't understand how the game worked, you would always get burnt because you could cover certain routes. You could cover every route in the game except for a double move, which really sucked. Now, conservative, the guy would not put himself in position to get burnt. He would never put himself in a position to get burnt. He'd give up everything in front of him, everything, but he wouldn't get burnt. Now, that was a good thing if you're playing to, you know, keep the guy from scoring. But at the same time, you know, you'd have that situation where if he threw the ball in a screen, the guy's bagging up and he's not playing the screen. He's going to just like, oh, forget it. I just don't want him to get the first down. Now, play the sticks. They haven't fixed that yet. But other things, like we haven't heard anything about them doing like sideline. Like, how do you stop the guy from going to the sideline? But the shading, they say, is fixed, which is a good thing. Now, on to team play. From what they're telling me, you guys play team play. I was never a big team play guy. I hated team play. I played sometimes with friends and so forth, but
we showing out.
The game is going to be geared toward competitive Madden again this year. So it might mean we may not get our speed back from the players this year. We may still be lacking speed in Madden 18 because the game is geared toward competitive players. Now, if you don't know what that means, that means that if you're going to play competitive mode, you can go out and try to get into number tournaments, which I think will be salary cap, draft champions, head-to-head, you know, regular regs, as you guys call it, and team play. Team play has now been incorporated into it. Rex Dixon is very excited about this. I'm very excited also because that means that now with the guys that we have out here, we can go out and, like, you know, you have King Panda, you have Osiris, you have Omega Prime, we have Gut Fox, all these good guys out there. Now you can actually go out and do a team play. And I think team play is going to bring life back in the game, because now, like, you'll have a situation where you want to win a Super Bowl or you want to go out and try to win. Three people playing together in cohesive scheme and able to play together and actually get wins, that is a great stance. So that would mean,
don't do it.
When I did play a few times, I played with someone who can control the cornerback. I played with somebody who was a good D-line user. And me, in my own theory, I was a great linebacker. I could play the middle of the field great. And I always did that. Or I'd go back and I'd play the cornerback and I would take away his best receiver. Because I knew the moves and knew the shakes and I knew how to undercut routes and stuff. So that's one of the things that you have to think about for next year's Madden, is that team play is going to be really integral. So if you want to get yourself noticed, then team play may be a spot to do it. You may be able to run team play with friends and family, but other than that, from what we're seeing, there will be a lot of penalties, but I don't know where the penalties will come from. Will the penalties only be in regs? Will the penalties only be in simulation? Now, arcade mode, what they're saying is that it's going to not be NFL Streets, but it's not going to be something amazing that, you know, if you really like certain things, it's going to be something you want to play. Now, I'm not sure if, remember, the biggest misconception or the biggest misunderstanding we had last year was that competitive players said nanos were competitive. Simulation players said it wasn't. That a competitive player should be able to win the game without cheating the game. So we don't know where Rex Dixon's going to go. We don't know if the nano detection system's still out there. We don't know anything, but I do know one thing, you guys. Arcade, you're going to drop the ball. Simulation, you're going to drop the ball. Competitive mode, you should never drop picks from what they tell me. You'll never drop picks. You'll never miss a fumble. So it's basically all out hell. You guys have